Guys, if you like my videos, make sure you hit like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. This way you get them as they come out. Thanks for subscribing. Okay guys, today we're working little Letty on some road crossing trails, and in particular what we're working on is a little faster, a little harder traffic, because sometimes that can have an impact on trailing tracking dogs from a noise perspective, but honestly also from a scent perspective. These big vehicles come by like this, it's a little disturbing to the dog. But the other big issue is that it changes the scent picture. You know, that blown odor gets blown even more. When you have a big rig come by, you get this what we call push me pull you effect, where the scent picture is pushed forward and then it's also pulled in the wake of the vehicles that's going past you. So this changes the way the scent works on simple road situations like this. And it's very important that your dog gets trained in that. You just can't assume that they're going to work really well. So how do we do that? Well, number one, we want to add that traffic to a certain extent, but we don't want to have too much of it at one time. Faster, harder, yes, but not too much too soon. The other thing is we want really good productive source. What we mean by that is better position for scent on the surface that we're working. And if you look here, we've got roughly knee-high grass to the dog, so the scent picture is going to stay very, very tight to the way that the person walked, and we're going to have less fluctuation of the trail because of that vehicle movement. And a savvy handler is going to be very mindful of what their trailing lead does. You know, you're going to be a little longer when there's no traffic. If you see some vehicles coming, you're going to go shorter. It really just depends on where the dog is relative to the road, and then also those vehicles out there. But if there's no vehicles coming, let that lead out. If there's vehicles coming, shorten up that lead just a little bit. And we always want to have that lead situation commensurate to the distance from the road. So for example, we have a vehicle coming here, so we've choked up on the lead to be about 10 feet away, because that's the distance the dog is from the road. Get close to the apex of the turn and you can see by the dog's behavior, the wagging tail, we're getting a little proximity alert to that turn. When you have a trail that turns in on itself, you're going to get a concentration of odor either on the inside or the outside of the turn based on what vehicles are doing or what wind is doing, and she's detecting this. But one of the things that our handler's doing is as soon as the dog identifies the direction she wants to go, she's going to encourage that with a good girl, right where we saw this step-off point. She's going to kneel down next to the dog, keep her in the direction that she wanted to go, and then once the vehicles are passed, we're going to let her go. Now, why are we doing this? Because if you just pull back on the dog and jerk them off their feet, they're taking it as a correction. They don't understand that you're stopping because of vehicles. They think you're correcting them. So when the dog makes that decision, but they can't go because of vehicles, make sure you get down there with your dog, tell them they're a good girl or a good boy, and as soon as those vehicles go, let that lead go and let them make that decision across, just like what she did right here. The cool things about this trail is that Letty was a little uncomfortable with the big rigs going by at high speed, 55 miles an hour, so she was a little tentative on the track to begin with. But now, I mean, look at her tail set, how high that's sitting. And she's having fun, she's happy, wagging her tail, plus she got a really nice proximity alert from there from a distance. She knows she's very close. Now this may seem like a very, very simple exercise, and indeed it is, but it's incredibly important. You know, little things like road crossings are really a big deal, because this is oftentimes where our dogs are losing track. And the reason why they're losing track is because they may tell us where that step-off point is, where that crossing is, but we miss it because we have to deal with traffic. And when we deal with traffic, we end up correcting our dog because of the back pressure of the leash. They don't understand that they're being corrected, and as soon as you pull back, they change direction and go somewhere else, sometimes picking up on another track. So these types of exercises are a big deal when we're building the dog up into an urban type condition. This is one of the foundation beginning steps that we do.
Yay! Good job. Good girl. Yes. She freaked out that one car passed, but she's okay the other times. Good job, girl.